Hey everyone, I am recording this video at almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Wednesday. I just got home about an hour ago. Last night at 12 a.m. I rushed Karon to the hospital, my 3-year-old, because he had a skyrocketing fever and he was shivering. So, fortunately, around 10 p.m. or so, Karon told me that he was feeling cold. He said, "Mom, I'm cold. And I knew at that point that we might be going to the hospital. So I took a deep breath. I took a shower after I gave him some Benadryl, because Karon has had a cold for 3 days. So I gave him some Benadryl so he could sleep. Then I took a shower to prepare for the fact that we may have to go to the hospital. After I got out the shower, I took his temperature, and it had gone down. 10 minutes later, after I had gotten dressed, the temperature went up again. Well, fortunately, at this point, I had already had a bag packed and called the doctor. There were a lot of issues with Karon's normal routine for how he is admitted into the hospital, and there was a doctor on call that was not familiar with his situation and our protocol for him, so that was a little stressful. However, my main thing at that point was to keep him calm and not to encourage his complaining about how he was feeling. So every few minutes I would yell out to Karon, "We're almost ready, Mommy's almost done, I'm almost dressed, and we're going to go to the hospital." And he'd say, okay, Mom, while he's shivering in his bed. So, as a mother, if you can imagine, it was hard listening, hearing his voice and knowing that he was straining and physically straining, and he was probably just not feeling good at all and worried and wondering why Mommy can't hold him. So I was telling him, we have to go, I'm getting you ready. So off we went to the hospital, and I was telling Karon on the way out the door, I was telling him, Mommy loves you, Mommy's going to take care of you, Mommy got you, Mommy got you. And he said, "I know, Mommy, I got you." And when we got in the car, as soon as I put the car in reverse to pull out my parking spot, Karon said, "Mommy, I love you. I really love you." And then he passed out in the back seat. And at that moment, it was the reminder to me that, I am handling things the way that I should be handling them. I am trying to keep my 3-year-old aware that even though he's not feeling well, it's not the end of the world. We have each other, and we'll be good. So I kept telling him, "We'll be good. Mommy will take care of you. You'll feel better." And, it's just nice. It's just nice to know that, at 3 years old, his head is straight enough on his shoulders for him to know, I'm going to be okay. My mommy's with me. I'll see Daddy tomorrow. Daddy needs to go to work in the morning. These conversations, this is what we have, me and Karon. So we get to the hospital. We're in the ER, and we're there for a little bit. The nurse comes in, and she says, "Can I listen to you, Karon?" And Karon says, "My mommy always takes care of me." And the nurse just kind of looked at him, and I nodded my head, and I patted him on the back, and he fell asleep. Well, Karon was admitted to the hospital like he normally is when he has a skyrocketing fever, just to rule out blood infections and things like that. I spent the night at the hospital. We got settled in at about 3 a.m. I woke up at about 8. I stayed with him because he asked me to. And, honestly, what I was thinking when we walked in the room was how grateful I was that Karon was in a big boy bed, that he graduated to a big size regular hospital bed instead of being in a crib. He's always in, they have these large cribs for the bigger kids, but he's always in a crib so they can keep track of where he is and they don't want him running around. But, Mommy requested a big boy bed because I felt like he deserved it. He has big boy beds at home. He deserves to be in a big boy bed in the hospital. And it made him so happy. And he talked about it all morning. Everyone that came in the room, he said, "This is my big boy bed. I'm in a big boy bed. Mommy gave me a big boy bed." And at that moment, I was grateful to have a child who was grateful. In the midst of being in the hospital and not feeling well, he was so grateful. So all this to say that, I'm putting that out there. I really didn't want to get into making videos about Karon and him being sick. However, since this is temporary and it is an obstacle, it's just like everything else I make a video about. I guess the focus is changing the thoughts while being gratuitous, having gratitude, and not allowing these obstacles to ruin everything for the rest of your day and everything else that you do. And I really take pride in knowing that because I am the type of mother that I am, and because his father is the type of father that he is, Karon, he's good. He's pretty good. And it's nice to see my 3-year-old roaming around the hospital trying to get into other people's rooms to make them feel better when he has his own issues going on. So I'm just so grateful to be here where we are with Karon, and it's almost his 4th birthday. His 4th birthday is in 2 months. Goodness gracious. I'm already like thinking about what kind of party we're gonna have for him. I asked Karon and he gave me like 3 themes at one time. He's obviously excited, overly excited. So I'm just grateful for that, and to have a child who is beaming with light even when the doctors come in to see him and he can barely move because he's not feeling well. Grateful to have a child who's grateful to have me and his father, and who wants to take pictures in the hospital. I'm just so grateful, and I'm so glad to be with the team that I'm on in Empower Network, and have, you know, team members who I can talk to and who I can help to gain some kind of insight through my mental health background, some kind of insight into how to get through these type of obstacles. And, you know, I guess this is just why it's really hard for me to sit and listen to people who complain over and over about their circumstances. I mean, I just don't know. I just feel like with the things I do, I have no choice but to keep it moving. People are always asking me, well, you're getting up and doing this, and how are you doing that? And, you know, Karon's in the hospital, but you're working, and you're doing this, and you're doing that. I mean, goodness, what is the alternative? Sitting at home in the same sweatpants for 3 days, or sitting in the hospital for 3 days and, you know, catering his every need? There are nurses there to take care of him. And after I have been there for, I don't know, 7 or 8 hours, it's my turn to leave, go take care of myself. I'll put my makeup on and make my videos, whatever I need to do, because I definitely needed the makeup today. I needed it because it makes me feel good today. So I needed to put that on, make this video. I actually made it home by 12 p.m., 12:01, so I could listen to the motivational call. So I'm grateful for having the energy to want to do that, and the drive. And it just won't stop. And if it does, then Karon's personality will show for it. And we can't have that. I have to have my son knowing that whether or not, you know, he's in the hospital, or whether or not he has nurses at home caring for him, he is normal and wonderful and intelligent, and those things will not ever stop him. And he'll never be able to say, you know, my mother didn't do this because of me, or my mother wasn't doing this because she was tending to me, because that's a damn lie. I do a lot, and I'm going to keep doing a lot. And after this video, I guess it's 1 o'clock, after this video, I'm going to clean my house because my family will be here Friday. Whoop, whoop. So excited I have to clean my house. I have to take Karon's books back to the library before they charge me unjustly. I have to do some work, about an hour and a half worth of work on the computer. I have to write a blog, and I have to go back and see my baby. So I'm doing it. You can do it. Stop making excuses. Get off your butt. Party time is now, and pity time is over. Have your pity party. Take a couple hours, cry about it, whatever you need to do. Get up and keep it moving. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later and say a little prayer for Karon. Okay, bye.